If you have ADHD, autism, or ADHD, you're going to want to watch this to the end. And by the end, you're probably going to be like, holy shit, that's me. Let's talk about monotropism. The way our brain locks onto focus and why it explains so much about how our struggles are and how we can actually work with our body and brain instead of fighting against it. Monotropism is a theory that explains why autistic and ADHD brains focus in deep, all-consuming ways. Instead of spreading their attention across multiple things like neurotypicals do, our brains hyperfocus on few interests and a few tasks at a time, sometimes one thing exclusively. So as you can see, this is why ADHD and autistic people tend to get lost in their favorite topics for hours, feel resistance shifting focus, and struggle when things change abruptly, like plans. Monotropism is why deep dives into special interests feel effortless, while switching gears feels impossible. It's why sometimes we hyperfixate on a few tasks, everything else disappears, then we struggle to re-engage with the world around us. So the opposite of monotropism is actually polytropism, which is what most neurotypical people experience. They distribute their attention more evenly across different things. If you've ever wondered why small talk feels impossible while deep conversations feel natural, but here's where things get a little tricky, so pay attention. Because people with ADHD and autistic brains often experience what is called monotropic split, this happens when we're focused on two different things or multiple things at the same time, and we try to smoothly shift between them, but our brain just fractures. Here's the problem. The ADHD and autistic brain doesn't know how to focus halfway. We don't do 50% here and 50% there. Our brain gives 100% to everything it's focusing on, which is impossible, which is why we lead to burnout. When we're pulled in multiple directions, we try to give our full attention to every demand. But instead of balancing our brain overloads and just shuts down. Sound familiar? Trying to be fully present in multiple areas of your life, but ending up completely stuck? That's a monotropic split. That's why traditional multitasking fails for ADHD and autistic people. It's not a distraction, it's our brain splitting, flooding with too much information, and leaving us in a loop of overwhelm and shutdown. How do you manage monotropism and hyperfocus and monotropic split without constantly feeling overwhelmed? Well, the answer isn't forcing yourself into a neurotypical system. It's developing a strategy that works for you and your brain, and that can be unique. That's where I come in. As an ADHD and autistic life coach, I help people with ADHD and ADHD build personalized frameworks that actually fit how your brain works. Whether it's managing hyperfocus, reducing overwhelm, or creating sustainable routines, I'll guide you into developing tools that will help you thrive. If this resonates with you, let's work together to create a life where your focus is a strength, not a struggle. Remember, you don't have to be alone anymore. Thanks for watching to the end.